Good evening, Lake Orion. As Steven Tyler once said, I'm back in the saddle again. I'm your host. I'm Ian Witherspoon, and I am Between Taorminas. Oh, yeah. How you doing?
You know, I wasn't a person that missed 4 weeks here, and all of a sudden I found out where he was at.
What? Where?
I heard one of the weeks you missed because you went to a Kid Rock concert.
Yeah.
That deserves more call out and shame than anybody here.
Why?
Because
You don't like Kid Rock?
he's a good person, Kid Rock. He lives in Clarkston.
So if you got a free Kid Rock ticket, would you not go?
I had a great job host. I did a great job hosting, and a lot of people said, "Hey, I was a better host." Maybe than you.
I looked at the ratings, okay?
I
I went over
did
the
too.
numbers.
I did too.
I disagree, and the numbers disagree.
That's your opinion.
Talk to Nielsen. Just kidding.
Nielsen needs to meet New Jack.
Who?
That company needs to meet a wrestler.
Okay, never
Why?
mind. Okay, let's get to the topics this week.
Whoa. Host. Support staff. Support staff.
Here we
Let
be
me
quiet.
direct this conversation. I'm going to sail the ship. I'm the captain. I'm wearing the jacket.
No, you're not.
All right?
You're gonna sink a ship to the ground, knowing
No,
you're
no,
in
no.
water.
We're going to
knowing you're-
pick this puppy back up by the coattails. So just hold on tight because we're going. You ready?
Let's start it.
Tigers, best team in the American League. Debate it. Talk to me about it. Deny it. Deny it! When you were at a 15 on the Richter scale in May. Go ahead, talk to me.
Well, you look
What's
at
the record? Tell me the record first.
73 and
No.
77 and 53.
Bingo. Who's got the next best record?
The Boston Red Sox.
How many losses do they have?
54 losses?
No. 55. Thank you.
Well, let's look at the Tigers here. They put a log in the AL Central, but you know what? I still have a gut feeling that the Cleveland Indians are going to catch the Tigers. I have a gut feeling. But if they don't, and they'll
This
make
is
the
why I
wild
was
card.
gone for 4 weeks.
This is why I think
I can't handle this.
Back 5 minutes. I can't even breathe.
if you look at the Tigers, they got to play Boston.
Ooh.
You still got to play Seattle again.
Oh, the Mariners.
Seattle has been giving the Tigers pain. And then they got to go visit the Minnesota Twinkies, who took 2 or 3 from them in Detroit, of all places. And they got to play the Kansas City Royals at least 6 more times. So
you're telling me I should feel very good about our odds to keep winning?
you should not feel very good at your odds.
Why?
Because Cleveland has won, because Kansas City's won 2 or 3 against Detroit. And you got to look at Cleveland right now is keeping in there.
Can I explain something here before this goes all bananas here?
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. Bottom line is the Tigers are on fire. They are on. Miguel Cabrera is amazing, out of this world. He is unbelievable with the pain he's playing through. He's unbelievable. I mean, he's doing a lot better than he had last year. And last year he won the Triple Crown. You look at how the Tigers are going on all cylinders. Andy Dirks is somebody that's been very impressive this year. You compare him to Brandon Inge.
Yeah.
He will be the next
How about that
man.
bullpen?
That bullpen's been pretty
Are we
impressive.
concerned about the bullpen anymore?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Because you don't know when Joaquin Benoit's going to blow a save. You don't know
So
when
what? You blow one save over the course of the year. It
And
happens.
And then, of course,
How many did Mariano blow? Against the Tigers, 2 in a row. To the same guy. Well, not necessarily, but
Anyways, Cleveland doesn't have a chance to catch the Tigers. The way that the Tigers are playing, Cleveland can keep winning, but the Tigers keep on winning as well. And that's what's been happening with when Cleveland and Kansas City were winning, the Tigers were winning too. So that's what I'm saying. All the Tigers got to do is keep winning. And I'm going to say this. Cleveland doesn't have a chance to catch Detroit in the AL Central. No chance.
you got to look at what Cleveland here. Cleveland still got.
There's no argument.
Cleveland's got
let
an
him try.
outside shot about this. They got Masterson. They got Ubaldo Jimenez. Yeah, sure, the record's not very good against the Tigers, but these next 3 games is a big series for Cleveland. If they win, if they sweep the Tigers and the end Detroit,
They won't!
Then they'll be back in the Central race. And also, they're playing for the wild card too. Cleveland will get in the playoffs. They will get in the playoffs if they win the Central, or if they don't win the Central. Detroit will somehow get in the playoffs.
Cleveland?
Detroit could get in the playoffs as either the Central chance or the wild card team.
This stupidity. This stupidity. All right.
Sammy, the Tigers are going to win the AL Central.
Okay.
Enough said.
All right. Let's talk right now. You ready? If the Tigers don't win the AL Central by 5 games or more, I'll be your slave for the entire offseason. All winter. I'll cook your food. I'll do your laundry. I'll brush your teeth for you. I'll wash your hair, scrub your back in the shower.
Would you come to my house?
Yes, I'll live with you.
Oh
I'll wait on the couch for you to wake up in the morning, and I'll tuck you in at night. If the Tigers don't win the AL Central by 5 games or more, that's how confident I am. That Nick Swisher, that Ubaldo Jimenez, that Michael Bourne, that Justin, oh my God, Masterson.
He's on my fantasy team.
Yeah, well, you're living in a fantasy when you talk about the Cleveland Indians, all right? Because they can't match up with the Tigers. Nobody can.
Remember the last time
Nobody
the
can.
Tigers played the Indians in Cleveland? What happened there?
Yeah, I believe it was a 4-gamer, and I don't think the Indians had time to breathe because they lost all 4 games. Swept them up, put them in the dustpan, threw them out the back door. Okay? Sam? No one can compete with these guys.
Cleveland will find then explain to me the Minnesota Twins taking 2 or 3 from the Tigers.
That happens over the course of 162 games. It happens. It happens. And how about, was there a game where the Tigers looked out of it? No.
In
They
New
came
York
back
Series.
every game. Came
Even
back
New York
every game.
Series.
The Tigers, the second half, have never been out of a game. Maybe once, you know.
There were a couple.
Tigers have the firepower to be in every single game, no matter how far they fall
Prince
down.
Fielder's struggles then.
What do you want me to explain about him?
The divorce, his divorce issues, I would say that are
How about this for struggles? Are they still pitching to Miguel Cabrera?
yes.
Then he's not struggling that bad.
I keep saying to them, don't pitch to Miguel Cabrera.
I don't think they should, but they
You know?
fear Prince enough that they keep trying to get Cabrera out. And until they stop doing that, then I'll say Prince is struggling. Because remember when people like Brennan Bosch used to bat behind him? That was a struggle. Because they wouldn't pitch to Miguel and strike out Bosch, inning over. Okay? Okay?
No.
Not
still
yet.
think- no,
What's going to convince you?
I still think if the Tigers can increase the lead to 10 games, then they'll be convinced.
It's 10 games.
10 games.
I don't see why they can't do that. That's fine. All right. All right. You want to talk a little more about baseball? A little news and notes from the MLB?
I think Oakland's
No.
in big trouble.
Oakland's in big trouble. Real
Yep.
quick hitter. Oakland's in big trouble.
Yep. Cleveland will make the playoffs.
All right, let's talk about the AL East.
Wait.
Who wins it?
Briefly. We had the
Sox?
Huh?
Sox win the AL East.
Yes, Boston wins the AL East.
Yep.
Dodgers win the West.
Yep.
Yes.
Texas wins the West
Okay.
and the AL.
All right. Well, we're going to go to a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little Lake Orion football right here on Between Taorminas. Welcome back to Between Taorminas right here on Orion Neighborhood Television. The time has come.
Mm-hmm.
The boys hit the gridiron again. Take the trip up north to the blue turf Friday.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yep.
It's been the past few years since the rivalry has been renewed. Aside from that first year, it's been back and forth. It's been competitive, and that's what you like to see. You know what I mean? You like to see a nice border war. What's the scouting report this year?
Well, Oxford, of course, this is the they're basically the same team as they were last season ago, except the line could be a little bit of an issue. They lost some key starters there. I mean, but Oxford returns Glacier Wallington, Ben Line, and Michael Tilley. You and I, and Ian, we should know Ben Line very well because he was a thrower over at Oxford Middle. But also, the key in this game with Oxford is really Oxford's theme, of course, under Bud Riley's always been pound the rock. You know, this is why, I mean, like, sometimes it does work in the sense, but sometimes disaster flows. You know what I mean? And I look at the game last year. I mean, Oxford controlled tempo. It was clock possession game. I mean, like, and then Orion had to adjust and found a way to win when they turned the tables on Oxford. You know, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. If the Dragons' defense can stop Glacier Wallington, Ben Line, and Michael Tilley, then the Double O Trophy is going to stay in Lake Orion for another year. If they don't do that, then Oxford's going to get the trophy this year.
I'm going to say this game is about tempo, possession, but also controlling the game. One thing that's been very important in this rivalry has been the line play. If you look at the line play, you know, the first time, 2010, Lake Orion controlled every aspect of the game. 2011, Oxford's offensive line, a lot of attention went to Prescott Line, or a lot of credit went to him, but Oxford's offensive line controlled the tempo.
Basically,
2012, first half was Oxford. Second half was Lake Orion. I think that time possession, also the line play, are the two biggest factors in this game. There's no doubt that, in my view, Lake Orion's got the playmakers. Oxford's got, you know, that theme of pound the rock, and also that backfield's back for them.
Oxford, they say that they're more athletic this year. I mean, like, than they have, and that's understandable. Orion's got athletes too because you can run Matt Krause, Zach Arnold, Corey Esther, Chris Lee, Dominic Giovinazzo. I mean,
Couple of few boys.
yeah. I mean, like, you got to look at the matchup here. I mean, the question's going to be, can the Dragons get the quarterback issue settled? Because if you look at it here, this quarterback competition is going to come down to who's going to be in there if it's a close ball game. Because
it's the burning question, obviously, but
it's the burning question.
We're going to find out what happens on Friday.
All right.
I would say in terms of we're going to find out who the starting quarterback is. We're going to find out what happens on Friday.
I mean, the schedule.
Real
after
quick,
that's gonna be tough.
fourth quarter, tight game. Who's running your 2-minute offense?
Who I think?
Yeah.
Between the quarterbacks?
Between the quarterbacks?
I'm not going to mention who's going to start for the Dragons on Friday. I want to keep it as quiet as possible.
Quiet as possible.
Quiet as possible, yes.
It's a bit of a
I do
burning
not
secret.
know. I mean, like, you look at last year, of course, more Derek DeLora having to start last year. He was a senior, you know, but I don't know who I would trust in running a 2-minute offense, especially here. You know, if it's a very close game, I don't know if I can trust any of them right now, to be honest with you.
I think that I can trust both of them, and I can trust both men in that situation. I think it's going to come down to also experience versus inexperience. Lake Orion has been in more big games than Oxford. Lake Orion has a lot of those kids that are playing on Lake Orion have been in big games. They've competed against the Cass Techs, the Eisenhowers, the Dakotas. I'm not saying Oxford hasn't seen big game environments too. Obviously, they've seen Brother Rice. But I'm just saying in terms of more big game experience, Lake Orion has that over Oxford.
There's a
Though
possibility.
Oxford has not lost on that blue turf since 2011. But, you know, home streaks are meant to be broken.
They're marked men.
You got to look at, and of course, Bud Riley. He
I
always,
know.
he said this year Oxford could be D1, and they might be D1 for playoffs.
It's
I
very
think
likely.
Oxford's a playoff team this year, but this game, but if you look at this game here, I think it's going to be whoever wins the battle up front. Whoever will win this game. You know what I mean? It's something that's not going to be an easy game to view as unless you like power possession football. It will not be finesse.
Defensively, what's the key for Lake Orion to beat Oxford?
Obviously, you stop that line. Though Oxford will run some trickery plays. Their main focal point is pound the rock, which is mostly power football.
So they can't get beat up front.
As I said, the challenge is going to be line play. Can the offensive line, can the defensive line?
Oxford will run some trickery plays.
They will run trickery,
because
obviously.
They could use Wallington's got athleticism.
That's
Tilly's
true.
got athleticism.
That's true.
Ben Line, of course.
Yeah.
But especially with Tilly and Wallington, if they're going to probably run some trick plays.
Also,
like
a lot of
Wildcat, they
things,
can run
too.
some
Remember
things,
what I've said, too. For Oxford, this is the game. This is their Clarkston, in a sense. This is the game for them. For Lake Orion's approaching is just like, this is a big game, yes. This is a rivalry game. But I think Lake Orion approaches it more in a business approach. I think that Oxford uses a lot more emotion. I think that Oxford's really getting themselves hyped up for this game, which at times, as we both know, can backfire on a team. And I think that it could in this case.
All right, so let's get to it. The pick. Does Oxford hold serve at home, or does Orion steal one on the road? What do you think?
My projection, Lake Orion wins by 2 touchdowns.
Big.
I think because Lake Orion has more playmakers. I think Lake Orion's a lot more athletic. I think that Lake Orion's better coached. I think that Lake Orion is I think they have a lot more class than Oxford. I think that the 00 trophy stays in Lake Orion for another year.
Okay. Sam, what do you got?
You look at the matchup here with Orion and Oxford. Of course,
Oxford feels disrespected.
it's going to be a tough. Oxford feels disrespected, yes. They're going to come in with a lot of energy. They're going to come in, they want to prove that Oxford wants to protect home turf. Do I think it's going to happen this year? No, it will not happen this year. Here's why. Because I think that, Oxford's inexperience in big games is going to get to them. You look at that game there with Oxford. I think Orion has enough playmakers on defense that can stop Wallington, stop Tilly, stop Line. You take those 3 guys out, Oxford's in a lot of trouble. I like Orion in this game. It's going to be close, but I like them 21-14.
If Orion wins, do you boys get to sleep with the 00 again?
Hopefully.
Okay.
That was him. That's not me.
You didn't take it in the shower with you, did you?
No, they're not.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right. Well, we'll see Friday. We'll talk about it next week, eh?
Yep.
Okay. When we come back, we're going to get into another football team that
Hey, this is Mickey York from Fox Sports Detroit. When I want to get the inside scoop on local sports, I watch Between Taorminas or Fox Sports Detroit.
We own a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I paid for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on Orion Neighborhood Television. Huh?
No wonder why you're the third most popular character on the show.
Ooh. I could play for the audience a voicemail of you begging for me to come back.
Yeah, right.
Ian, ratings are suffering. We're going to be canceled. You need to get back.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. All right. So,
Live.
it's almost fall. That means, Spartan football, cool.
Yep.
Go Blue football, cool. That means football that I get to play, very cool. Means Dragons are back. All good things, very positive things. But then on Sunday, us eager Detroiters tune our TV to Fox or
CBS.
They might play on CBS this year. Rarely do they get a game on NBC or ABC because they suck.
Yep.
And they don't ever play a nighttime game because no one around the country wants to watch them. But yet we still tune in, faithful and strong, to watch our Detroit Lions. This year, as every year, is a new chapter, and it begins with hope and promise, just like last year did. The Lions made the playoffs in 2011. We think, hey, coming into 2012, cool.
Look at my hand.
I can't disagree with you.
That's what I think. And if you think that they impressed me with the Patriots, are you kidding me?
I've seen them do that before.
Because, how do you like this? Personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense. They don't have any discipline! They don't have any discipline. None.
All right,
That's
let's
why
touch
they
on
won't
that because I can't help, or I could not help to think, but watching that game, seeing this is Schwartz's fourth year, okay?
He'll get fired at the end of the year.
Timeout. Seeing these same stupid problems, seeing them joking around on the sidelines because they're winning a preseason football game. Is this Jim Schwartz's personality that's rubbing off on the team, or are these just a collection of idiots? What is it?
Collection of idiots.
Does it have anything to do with Schwartz? Because you'll never see a Belichick guy do something like that.
Yep, it's a collection of idiots because you look at it here, Jim Schwartz has completely lost his team, and also he's going to get fired at the end of the year.
Okay. That's your early season prediction?
Yep.
What about Mayhew? Is he safe?
No,
or is he
he's
gone?
done. He's done.
Ant, do you have a word of wisdom for us on the Lions?
I'd rather talk about the Dallas Cowboys and number 38, Jeff Heath, who's doing very well for the Cowboys. I'm very excited to see, and he might make the team. I'm very excited about that. One thing that I am, and it's unbelievable for a young man who went to Lake Orion, then went to Saginaw Valley, getting that opportunity to play in the NFL. I am very excited about watching him play, and I'm hoping that he makes the team. And I feel very confident he is because he's doing a very good impression for the Cowboys. And I think that I'm so happy for him, and I'm so proud of him.
Well, he plays on a winning team, at least.
The Cowboys?
The Cowboys?
Yeah, the Cowboys will make the playoffs this year.
When was the last time they made the playoffs? 09?
Yeah.
Was it 09?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're America's team.
Well, I'm proud of Jeff nonetheless.
Well, listen,
really
absolutely, I still hate the Cowboys. I hope he makes their team, and from everything I read and hear, he will. And if he doesn't, he'll be picked up real quick by another team. Hate the Cowboys, and I'm getting to hate the Lions. I'll tell you that much right now. I might convert full-time Saints. Full-time Saints.
Okay.
Why not?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
It feels like just weight lifts off your
The
body.
weight lifts off you. That's
Just because
what I did.
every Sunday you go and you watch it. You know what the
weight.
Lions are really good at, though? And God bless them for it? They find the most creative ways to lose games.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, a coin flip? Yeah.
Anything. Anything. Thanksgiving, throwing a challenge flag?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want? They got it. You can open up the book.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're losing.
What about people like our parents who've been fans their whole life?
I feel
40,
bad for
50
them.
years.
Hey, Chicago Cubs.
Ugh.
Got Chicago Cubs.
Ugh.
Toronto
Maple
Leafs.
Leafs.
Yep.
All right. Dallas Stars. Yep.
No. I don't make
Oh.
playoffs this year.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, you really love the city of Dallas.
Yes, I do.
Okay, fine. Anthony, call somebody out.
Yes, I do.
My call out this week involves one of our good shows on ONTV is on Community Corner. I recommend that a lot of you guys watch the show. It's a very good show. They talk about a lot of they talk to a lot of people that are very good people, and I just certainly recommend that you watch it. 3 great hosts. Well, my call out this week is I want to call out their former employer, CMN. Why? Simple. Why'd you get rid of them? They were your highest rated show, but yet you decided to get rid of them. It's a shame that you did, but I'm glad that ONTV picked them up. Right now, they're succeeding on ONTV. CMN, it's a shame that you let them go because you could have profited from such a great show. And
Use their talents better.
I agree. They could have used their talents better. But now on TV, they're using their talents a lot better, and I'm glad for it. Community Corner, keep it up.
Well, my call-outs here. The first one I'm going to call out is, of course, the defense here is a defense that really needs an attitude check. It's the Detroit Lions defense. The Detroit Lions defense, why? You try to be tough guys. You're not tough guys. You're soft. That defense is soft. The Comic-Con suit, Nick Fairley, you're soft. You can't beat Green Bay. You can't beat Chicago. You can't beat Minnesota.
That's harsh.
You know,
Continue.
the Lions have been disappointment. You know, and that's why they heartbreak people every year. They ruin people's dreams every year. Why? Who has this team? You don't even know who they are. Who are you? This defense is not very good. Chris Houston's awful.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Bill Bentley's not very good. You know, the Lions are going to give up touchdowns, and more touchdowns. And Garrett Kaloje is going to enjoy them.
Okay.
Yep, giving up touchdowns. And my last call out, I didn't watch the MTV What the Heck awards they are.
Video
but
awards.
I'm going to call out is this girl who gets a lot of hype, who hypes herself up, who needs to go to prison. Name is Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus, right?
I wish she.
Where's your parents? Your mom give you a standing ovation for what? It's like, why are you doing this? You know, MTV is a disgrace as itself as an own channel. But you making a fool out of yourself, you're not Hannah Montana anymore.
Yeah, I know that.
You're a wimp. You're no good. You're a disgrace. There's teenagers who are better than you right now. And they're going to succeed better than you ever became. You're a disgrace. I'm done.
You didn't watch the show, but did you see the video of
I
her?
did. Horrible.
Wow.
Horrible.
I think she might be
a medic.
She might be ill.
Yeah, she needs a medic.
She needs to go away for a while.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. I think she needs to listen to, as strange as it believes, as strange as it may say, she might need to listen to people like Paris Hilton or
Martha Stewart.
Yeah, Martha Stewart.
They served
even
time
Lindsay
in
Lohan,
jail.
who has
They
served
time in jail.
Are they crazy? Are they crazy? Probably. But I mean, Miley Cyrus, the way she's heading, she's going, you know.
I'm not sure anybody should be listening to Paris Hilton.
Who knows?
Well,
I don't.
Get going,
especially
guys.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
We got some time. If you want to touch on Miley a bit more, that's cool. Boys, we got the time.
My bottom line is that where this road is heading, it's sad. It's a sad story for Miley Cyrus. It's a really, really sad story.
You know, it's a shame because I love the song "Achy Breaky Heart." That's my go-to karaoke tune.
I think she only had one good song. That was it, "The Climb." That was it.
What about "Party in the USA"?
No.
I wasn't too fond of "Party in the USA."
Up, playing my song.
No, I wasn't too fond of "Party in the
All right,
USA."
we got to get going, folks. All right.
All right.
Goodbye, everybody.
You don't want to sing a little more "Party in the USA"?
Nope. No.